This is the Niche Fragrance Collector. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to do so. It's all about amazing fragrances from around the world. And our focus over the next couple of weeks is going to be the most amazing house of Kajal. But before I say anything more, Kevin, it's all you.
You probably know the very first one, right? Their Eau de Parfum. This one launched in, is it 2013, 2014?
14.
Yeah, 2014.
We're going to do on skin again for me, please.
All right.
This is the very first one that came out. This is what started all.
It is a very classic. I mean, I'm glad that they just named it their ATP. Yeah, their Kajal, exactly.
So for me, I'm finding that it has a wonderful citrus opening. So it's classic, very inviting, very happy fragrance.
Yeah. I get kind of fresh blue notes.
Right.
So when I look at the bottle and the color of the juice, I'm not sure if they colored it, but it really smells like what it looks like.
Yeah. As it dried down, it went a bit musky.
Yeah.
So I like musk, but I'm not a real, so if you like the more muskier tones, there's still a bit of citrus in there, but it does dry down musky and powdery. And so I find that for me as a masculine or as a man, I like a bit more kick. And so this one wasn't so much.
This is probably what you'd consider more mass appealing, right?
Yeah, right.
I wanted to jump over to the one.
Yes.
Their classic one. Before that, you did mention that you sometimes prefer the more masculine leaning ones. Right. This one, you've worn this before, right?
I'm like just spraying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna break the suspense. I love this one.
Yeah.
I really love this.
The dry down goes woody. This is probably your more typical masculine leaning fragrance, right? It's got like a vibe of like men's cologne, men's aftershave style to it. Yeah.
I also find that this one here, it dries down sweet. So I've heard that a lot of females also like this particular fragrance. Yes, it's an homme, so it's for a man. Yeah. But there is an appeal to the ladies.
The sweeter notes.
Dry
down. Which is funny you say that because when we first got it, I did find it surprising when like girls were buying it.
Yeah, right.
And I was just thinking like, what, are they buying it for their man? No, but they're buying it for themselves.
One thing that I find, and we'll discover this deeper, is that they play a lot with spices. I find that their DNA in the fragrance. Yeah. There's quite a number of spices that they use.
Yeah. It is Kajal Perfumes Paris. Right. But they really work out of the UAE, so there's a very strong Arabic influence. Yeah, right. Which you can tell by
I was going to say you can tell with the bottle.
The design, and all the spices they use. Right. It's not your typical Western approach to perfume. Yeah,
I know that Mo, who is the founder, was born in Kuwait. Yeah. So he is from that region, and so it feels as if he's injecting a lot of his personal influence, Arabic,
his own culture, into the bottles. Yeah. On number 2 is their latest one. It's been selling like crazy.
This one here actually was interesting because on first opening, I'm like, oh, this is very familiar. I've smelt this before, and not that I dismissed it. Yeah, but I thought, I know this. Yeah. But again, like all these fragrances, you got to wait for the dry down.
I found this one goes towards the woody direction in the dry down, and personally for me, I take it over the number 1. Right. Maybe because I think,
and I have to vouch for that. Yeah, 100%. So when I first tried I thought awesome fragrance. There's a whole bunch of different aspects to it. Yeah. As I said, there's a sweet dry down. It's quite nice. Yeah. And I sprayed this one. I'm like, it's okay. It's not bad. But then as I was working, I'm picking up this fragrance, and I had a few fragrances, and I'm like, who is the one that's popping? And it was Homme 2.
It is funny, man, because I get customers come in, and a lot of the time they want to try a lot, right? So I don't want them to make their decision on the spot. Right. They usually leave the shop, and then I'll get a text message like late at night that, dude, it's the one that I put on my left hand. That's the one.
What was that?
And I was like,
you need a marker.
Yeah, and I was like, it was Kajal Homme 2. Yeah. And I don't know if this is just me but it is the feedback I've been getting. The Homme, I find a bit more of a nice body scent. Right. The Homme 2, projection-wise, beast.
All of them have really good staying power, all right? So no matter which one I was spraying, I was getting 6-7 hours comfortably out of all of them. Yeah. But Homme 2, it was really popping out.
Yeah. It's very...
Beautiful.
it's much more aromatic than the first two. Yeah.
Correct. And I'm going to say that this one here is a little bit more masculine leaning too. So those sweeter notes in are not there. We are going into the woods and the resins and things of that nature.
Yeah. The next two being Kajal's bigger sellers, which it was our best sellers here in Australia. Turns out, Mo told us that it is actually the world's best sellers. Right. So every other store around the world, it's tied awesome. Between 1 and 2.
These are awesome. Yeah. Great starting place. One of these two here, or both.
Yeah. We'll start off with the Lamar. This is the gold bottle that many people who love pineapple.
So early on in our first episode, and this one here, I remember.
I think it was the Hidden Gems.
It was the Hidden Gems.
Yeah.
And this was a standout hit. I remember when on first spray, that was a blind smell. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this?
I get like this pineapple opening that pops. A little bit of musk that comes in.
Right. I'm getting a pineapple now. Remember, I can't smell the pineapple, but yeah, I'm getting it. Now this one here, this is a happy scent. So if you're uplifting your day, you want to feel a sense of peace, of joy, this one here, it just makes you happy. It's a happy fragrance. And then as it evolves, the fruits and everything else, it goes floral, has a beautiful floral heart to it, but it is a fruity fragrance, but not a sickly, it doesn't even fall into gourmand.
That's right. It's kind of hard to describe. I would be curious to know where it lands on the fragrance wheel. Actually,
we'll put that in the video.
Because something like this, it's really hard to describe if it's a bit more masculine or feminine. It's kind of in between.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Because there's like a tart, fruity scent in there too. Yeah. So it could be the pineapple that's probably creating that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's fruity, floral, happy, joyous fragrance.
Yeah.
Last one.
The last one. Now,
the best to last? Or?
Well, the reason why I left it last is because this is my personal favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a weak spot for like fragrances that have like an apricot or peach note.
Oh, yeah, already.
Yeah.
It doesn't have peach.
It doesn't have peach, which is funny because
I did some research on this. Because I remember also when I smelled it at first, I'm like,
something,
peach.
Something peachy, but I think it's passion fruit.
On the opening notes, it has a Granny Smith apple. And so now when you say Granny Smith, your brain goes, oh yeah, a nice crisp apple. Granny Smith. Yeah. But then in the heart is passion fruit.
Yeah.
And that gives it this nice tart, sort of tangy sort of scent to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't get sickly also.
I get confused with
it's beautiful.
Like a peach note because it's,
Yeah, two very different fragrances. As you said, this one is a bit musky.
Yeah. And this is one that I've been wearing all summer.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So we actually did a review on this. I'm pretty sure it's in our summer video that we've shot a couple of months ago. And this is one that I get easily 10 hours.
Right. Yeah.
And this is a house that I love to introduce to new customers, especially because a lot of new customers want to join the more niche fragrance space, but you'll find a lot of houses are quite expensive.
Yeah.
But this is a house that goes for like $290 and I think $300.
Very accessible.
But you're getting, don't be tricked. This is actually a 100ml bottle. It looks a bit smaller, but it's the same size as this 100ml bottle. So, yeah.
If you're not sure where to start with Kajal, this is an awesome place to commence. There's something in here, masculine leaning, female leaning, all of them.
Woody, fruity.
Right. They're gender neutral. I mean, anyone can really appreciate and enjoy this.
Yeah.
Kajal are being very generous in offering all Oligarch customers a gift with purchase. If you use the code NFC, you'll be able to receive that gift. Please know there are limited amounts, so get in quick.
This is an exclusive that Mo designed especially for this collab that we're having together.
So get in quick.
Yeah, getting quick.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you on the next episode.